Community TV Network is a youth agency that teaches urban young people about media, to produce their own media. After graduate school, I took a trip across the country and I was in San Francisco and I was watching TV and they had the Democratic National Convention on television, and some artists had these new cameras, and I thought that that was really interesting. I don't know, in my mind I connected, well, wouldn't that be awesome if kids could learn that, and then they could go into their neighborhoods and tell stories.
Well, I discovered CTVN through my friend Aaron. He told me about this job he was working at, and I said I was interested. So I asked him if he could give me an interview, and long story short, got an interview, started working here.
One of Denise's friends, Raquel, she introduced me to CTVN.
I had a friend that first worked here, and at first when I was in college, when she first introduced me to it, I was in college. It was just, to come here to keep her company, but since I was already in college doing media, my major was media and photography. When I found out about it, interested me and I joined.
After finishing film school at Columbia College, I started doing a video editing intern for a film production company, which was in the same building with CTVN. I noticed that in the building there was this other youth program thing, and I became interested in it. I asked them about it, and they told me, oh yeah, if you like to do stuff like that, talk to Denise.
I asked the alternative schools where I was working if they wanted a video class, and then they would put their name on a waiting list, and every time I raised more money I would add a school, and it kind of went that way. We also had added after school programs. There was probably more funding for after school programs and for youth employment at that time than there was for in-school classes. But that's pretty much how we've always operated. If we had funding, we would hire people.
Well, to be honest, I was kind of skeptical, wanting to learn new techniques. Then it gave me a great opportunity to focus more on working with cameras, about editing, which I am not a big fan of, and acting on camera.
I wanted to join CTVN because, for one thing, I wanted to have something to do when I got out of school.
Wow, Hardcover is our cable show. It's Hardcover Voices and Visions of Chicago's Youth. And what happened was Chicago did not have cable because the story is that the old mayor Daley didn't want city council meetings on TV. So he didn't want cable TV to come into Chicago. And then all of a sudden, Chicago felt left behind, and I helped organize to have cable access, which is the part of cable TV where any citizen can make a TV show. And as soon as cable TV came to Chicago, I called a lady who was running the citywide teenage newspaper called New Expression News, and I said, okay, Ann, let's do it. So right when cable started in Chicago, we started our show. It was the very same time.
Hardcover is a 100% produced youth show by CTVN participants. It includes videos created by CTVN youth, whether in high school programs or in after school programs.
It'll be 30 years this summer. So it started in the summer of 1986, but really it was always a vehicle to collect the videos that people were making all over the city. Well, I always worked with urban youth in poor neighborhoods, and that was another. So besides being a young person, those young people in particular did not have, some not real good schools, but also were marginalized by mainstream media.
Before I even heard about CTV, I was just making little videos, animated music videos, funny videos, whatever. And with CTVN, it pretty much just made me fall in love with it a little more than I already did.
I had interest in video production. I honestly don't like being in front of cameras. I'm really impatient, so there are days when I want to, do one particular thing, which is act or screenwrite.
When I was in high school, I was in graphic design, and media was like my number one priority. Graphic design was my number one class. I always was very thirsty to attend that class, and so yeah, I always had an interest in media.
I did have an interest in video production before CTVN, and I think it just helped me further my interest as I started working here.
Because filmmaking, before that, people were making movies, and you have to send the film in. You couldn't see it. You would make a film, and then you had to send it to the developer and pay a lot of money and get it back. So kids really didn't make a lot of films. Young people didn't make films because it was very expensive.
Wow. CTVN, what can I say about that? I mean, it was an experience, a very good experience.
What I talk to our video instructors about, our teachers, is that we are trying to empower young people. I mean, it says it in our mission statement, in our hardcover guidelines, and that means learning skills, learning how to write, learning how to speak, learning how to think.
I would say my experience at CTVN was more fun, exciting, sometimes difficult. It was just a rocky.
The question is, how do young people change going through the process of being a community TV network? We know overall, wherever we work, attendance goes up in the schools, graduation rates go up.
The people here, they have talent, they got spirit, they got attitude, which is respectful, and they're not afraid to speak up for themselves.
My experience at CTVN was wild. Like, when I first joined, it was just crazy. As me as a person, I'm not a people person. I never thought I would get along with the people that was, here, but it was friendly. We all broke each other out the little shot shells, and it was fun. We had our disagreements with everything, but it was great experience.
I would like to think that overall CTVN has a good impact on youth that we work with. I'm pretty sure of that, I hope. I mean, that's the whole point of it. Besides just trying to provide youth with a bunch of skills as far as filmmaking and writing and collaborating, like teamwork and digital video production skills and editing skills. Besides those skills, I think we always try at CTVN to encourage people to gain confidence, to get out of their shell, to make new friends, just to kind of be themselves and be confident.
CTVN improved my life by teaching me a lot of things, even more than with working with cameras. It taught me a little, how can I put it? A little piece of life, actually. Like, showing me how to be in the workplace.
Do I think working at CTVN changed or improved my life? Yes, it has. Like, it really has. I actually got more into photography because at a point in time at CTVN, before I started, I stopped, doing photography. After I got out of high school, been out of graphic design, I stopped doing photography, stopped drawing, stopped doing anything that, involved media. But after working at CTVN, I started back.
CTVN had taught me how to be patient, how to learn how to edit, which I really do love, how to be in front of the camera, how to do screenwrite, and in general just how to open up and have a voice.
Working at CTVN taught me basically unity, to come together, and it taught me unity, respect, to come together, respect each other, work together, make a better cause, go out and do something good so youth, of today can have something to, speak their mind on, it's taught me a lot of stuff.
Now I am attending my dream school, Columbia College. I'm an acting major. From time to time, I be helping film students with their cameras because I had a little experience with this, and I get to work on camera. So.
Yeah, well, now I'm working at a hospital, but I'm going to go back to school and, further my career in media, so.
In the future, I feel like I could, yeah. I can most definitely see myself, making movies and stuff. If you're watching this documentary, and you're not a part of the program, then you should most definitely join the program.